Hey guys, welcome to 2025. Today we've got a really amazing rock crawler that we're going to show you guys. Last year in December, they released this FMS FCX10 LC80, a very sought after model. And only just this week, they released it brushless and with portal axles. So this video is going to compare the two and give you an overview. So for years, we've had many customers requesting patrols and LC80 models ready to run, or even good body shells. All we could offer them was basic platform like this and a non-licensed body shell. So this is one that we paired for our shop display last year, and we thought it looked pretty cool. And then next minute, a month after we had completed this and had it custom painted, FMS releases this, which completely blows our model out the water. They gave it an interior, they gave it a beautiful hinging body system, lights, everything looks great, everything's to scale, it's licensed, the stickers are there, really, really cool. We sold out of these in 3 weeks before Christmas, so the first batch came in to us 1st of December. By Christmas, they were all gone. And only last week, we received the brushless one, which is a little bit more expensive, but it has portals and a brushless system that can take 3S. So this is the latest and greatest. We'll have a look underneath in a second. But yeah, all the fans are loving these. All the feedback's been great. A couple of people have changed the motors in the brushed ones, changed the tires and so on. They're still loving it. They're loving the body shell, loving the pricing as well. There's not many crawlers that look this good in that sub $600 point. So this one's sub 600 in Australia, and this one's in the 750 to 800 range. So it's still very good value. In this video, we're gonna look at their build quality and performance. So we're gonna take them out to the park. All right, and after we come back, we're gonna see what we found with the two different ones. See if the brushless system is way better, what the speed differences were, and in general what the traction was like with the tires, because they're quite different between the two models. Yeah, I think the brush one has a nicer, softer tire than the brushless one. Maybe it's thicker and heavier to deal with the extra power. They're not called version 1, version 2. One's just grey brush, one's blue and brushless. 32, so it's a slower motor than on like a TRX4, that's 21. This one is an Outrunner, what is it, 1500 kV, I believe, a 3541. The next big difference is the diff. So this one's got portals, this one doesn't. The price difference is $250 currently in Australia, so this one's $549 and $799. So not much of a price difference, but you're getting a lot more here. You're getting a brushless system, getting portals, there's way more servos. So this one has only obviously a steering servo and one servo here for your 2-speed, whereas this brushless one has 4 micro servos in the middle, which will be a diff locker for the front, diff locker for the rear. It'll be a 2-speed and most likely a dig. So a lot more electronics, a lot more advanced brushless system. Yeah, the main differences, body shells look very similar. One's just a dark metallic blue and this one's gunmetal. Body mount the same. Both have lights in them and like a wireless LED controller, which transfers the power through magnets. Very tricky. That's the control. Our controls are a bit different. So the expensive brushless one has no flap on top, more of a carbon fiber look, and the cheaper brush one has this simple controller, very similar. It's got 4 knobs on the bottom. Obviously there's extra dials up here, probably for diff locking. Very controlled in the throttle response. When you pull the trigger, it can give you super fine, look at that speed management. You don't get that out of a brush motor, so I'm barely touching it. It does backwards and forwards. Very, very, very good. We'll put the battery now in the brushed one and see how that reacts. Don't think we'll get that same silky smooth throttle response. Both remotes are on, so hopefully they don't link up. No, it's all good. So now just touching it, way more speed by just touching that. You can't get, yeah, straight away it goes quickly. Okay, let's have a look. So we're in the low gear. Low gear is when the channel 4 button isn't lit, and when I barely touch it, it's still slow, but it's not as good as this one. Let's have a look. This is your Outrunner. There's no comparison. And okay, let's run down on the basics of this car, what you get and what it all looks like. So going back to the brushless system, it's a bit of a chonker. It's 38 by 50 millimeters. It's quite a large unit. We'll see how robust it is. We've got metal shocks, alloy shocks, which is really nice to see. Nothing worse than cheapy plastic air shocks like I think we've seen on the old models from FMS. So outstanding, beautiful shocks. Got cables running to your diff lockers, and they've made this beautiful, looks like brass cover for where the cable goes into the diffs. Metal links, I can't tell you if they're alloy or steel, but They're metal and they're black. Drive shafts look very similar to that other brand, Traxxas. Bottles look good. Plastic, there's no metal covers on there. Velcro mount for your battery, so that's very good. The battery tray is large. It's 48 by 145. It sort of shares its space with the receiver, so you may be able to take that receiver out if you're running one of those full-length, like 7-cell Traxxas packs. Receiver's not in the box. It's just sitting here on its own. It's not water protected. It's not hidden, so I'd be a little bit careful with obviously debris and water getting in there. You don't want those connectors getting corroded. Imagine getting water in there. You're not going to get one plug corroding, you're going to get all of them corroding, and then you'll be up for changing the receiver and 6 servos, so may as well buy a new car. Chassis rails are metal, servo looks decent, 25 kilo. Like we were just looking at it on the table, it steers amazingly for a cheap servo. Like a standard Traxxas servo is only 12 kilos or so. Very good. The clipless body mount system, a bit funky, little dials, knobs underneath, so not sure how you're going to go with changing the body to run the same system. It's probably got allocations here for over here to run body posts, so should be okay. Now in the bag, they give you a little goodies bag like many of these companies do now. Pretty cool. Let's have a look. You get this wicked bumper in this expensive bag. Just gets mounted on with a couple of screws. All right, then you get this one and only cap for your dude that drives the car on the left-hand side. So yeah, you get a cap, headlight covers, lenses, a couple of very inexpensive tools, beautiful L-shaped Allen keys, and you get number plates to keep the highway patrol off your back. What have we got here? There's 2 sheets. Look at that, 3M, genuine 3M. Number plate there. They're metal strips, maybe for the side. Yeah, definitely not plastic. I'm guessing that they just replaced the side detailing trims. Stickers, you get a sticker sheet with a bunch of white stickers and black stickers. Let's say off-road, which is very, very accurate. Okay, and you get a 7mm, 5.5mm wheel nut tool. Okay, so you're not going to be stuck without being able to take the wheels off. The wheels on this one, this is the brushless one, they're all glued on. I'm not seeing, actually, no, they're not glued on. They've got big locky screws on the back. I'm going to assume for this unboxing review that they are big locks. So chunky tires, stiff inserts, probably too stiff. I saw one review, the guy was commenting how the shock oil is way too heavy, and it is heavy, but maybe for bouncing it around and going quick, or for a first timer if it's going to a young fella. Plug-wise, XC60 plug, very common these days. Better than Tamiya plug, definitely the best plug for this sort of car. Let's see how it drives. I would be cautious, obviously, with using these micro servos, overusing them. Normally micro servos, they don't like to be used when the car is moving. Normally have plastic gears, so be careful. Normally they're also a special size, unique size, so you can't just chuck a normal micro 9-gram servo in there. You got to buy exactly the same ones because your splines won't fit. You won't be able to use all your little servo savers that are here. Okay, looking at the body shell, what have we got? We've got a plastic roof rack. What have we got? Lights here, very neatly managed cable system through the back end here. You've also got tail lights. You've got this control unit here, which obviously you wouldn't want to get wet. You got magnets, which get used as a power transfer. All right, now we're going to go to the park and give both these cars a good test drive. All right, here we are, guys. We're at our favorite park here in Toombul, Brisbane. Going to be driving the blue brushless version of the FMS FCX10 on a 2-cell 2000 battery. It's a very little battery, but speed won't be affected by that. Obviously, we're going to try first gear and second gear. Just got back from the park, so let's give you an overview of what we found. This is your brushed one, your brushless one. Tires on the brushed one were very good on the loose stuff. The brushless one, they were better on the rocks. Speed-wise, as we showed in the previous clip, the brushed one is quicker top speed. This one's slower, but the control and the drag brake on the brushless one is really, really good. When we are coming down those rock cliffs, this one doesn't just tumble, doesn't rush forwards and hit the bumper. This one did. So the control on this one is amazing. This one has better top speed. As a scale truck, I'll give it 10 out of 10 for looks. In regards to the 2 remotes, we found them a little bit confusing. A lot of buttons here. Nothing's really marked what they do, so you got to figure out yourself or read the manual. So on the fly, we struggled a little bit. The main one we're using is this channel 4, which is your high and low gear. The markings on this little panel here are a little bit hard to read. So if you guys are listening FMS, maybe make a little better little plate that explains what these things do. Be worried about these little dip switches here if kids were mucking around with that, so put a better remote on. Okay, wrap up. The cars look great. There is no car in the market in this price range that looks so good. Performance, underwhelming. Not a fan of the body mounting system. I was there twisting and pushing and trying to get the body off, so maybe that will improve in the future, or maybe just put the posts on. The mounting system could be improved. The remote could be improved, but the car looks so good. When we took it to the park, people just stopped and had a look. There's nothing else on the market that looks this fantastic. I would probably recommend getting a brushless system in the brushed one. We couldn't really see much difference in terms of clearance where we drove it, so I kind of prefer the brushed one in that aspect as well. It's cheaper. You can put a big brushless system in there, just use it on 3-cell. This one's just like a good all-over package. Like I said, you can get a brushless system very cheaply to use it as a general purpose crawler or a little monster truck. This is great. Pros can get this one. But yeah, maybe they can improve the body mounting system, improve the radios and tires, and you'll have an amazing rig. Thank you, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be doing more videos like this in the near future. This is our first video for 2025. I hope you liked it.